It is my honor and privilege to present this distinguished award to Greg Williams.
All right. Woo.
Okay. Thank you, hey, so much for this award, and fellow Toastmasters, I am deeply humbled and honored by this. And someone used to say, behind every great man stood a greater woman. And in this case, behind this individual, I wouldn't consider myself great, but there are many people I want to thank. Three comes to mind as I think about receiving this award. One person and two groups. The first person I would like to thank is a guy by the name of Jerry Rowe. Jerry was a classmate of mine at the University of South Carolina, who later became a friend. And Jerry and I were in a public speaking class together. And I can remember Jerry's first speech. He stood up, gave a speech, and I sat there in awe. And I said one day, I want to be like Jerry in delivering a speech. So Jerry introduced me to public speaking. So I want to say thank you to Jerry. The first group I'd like to thank is the Toastmasters Club at Colonial Life and Accident Insurance Company. I started working there in 1988, and they had a Toastmasters Club. And they were the first to actually not only introduce me to Toastmasters, but to get me involved in Toastmasters. We used to meet every Thursday around lunchtime in a conference room. And I can remember eagerly going up there during lunch to be a part of this club that was brand new to me. I can even remember giving a speech on top of a table. If many of you remember the movie Dead Poets Society,
Yes.
where the students stand up on their desks and said, "Captain, oh my captain,"
Yes.
I did that by standing on top of a table giving a speech. So they not only introduced me to Toastmasters, but they also got me involved in Toastmasters. The last group I would like to thank is a group that I met in 1997 when I moved to Colorado Springs, because I wanted to find a Toastmasters club. And this club strangely met at 6:44 a.m. at a restaurant off of Centennial, Pikes Peak something. And I remember thinking, I need to find a good Toastmasters club in the area. And I visited them, and they were one of the warmest groups of individuals I had ever met. Needless to say, I did not visit any other club once I started meeting with this club. And that club was Pikes Peak Toastmasters. And I think some of the members of my club is here. If you are just, yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much for making the drive up from Colorado Springs to Denver to support me in this award. But what I've learned from this group is they not only have introduced me or gotten me involved, but they have influenced my speaking ability. Not only that, they've influenced my thinking on leadership. I've had the opportunity to serve as VP of Education, as a treasurer, and as a president twice in this wonderful club. So I say, thank you for giving me this award. However, I want to thank Jerry Rowe, who got me introduced to public speaking. I'd like to thank the Colonial Life Accident Insurance Company Toastmasters Club, who got me involved in Toastmasters Club. And last but not least, I would like to thank Pikes Peak Toastmasters Club, who has influenced my thinking on speaking and leadership. Thank you for this award. I hope to make you proud in the coming year.
Yay, Chris.
Yay.
Next, I will ask Philip Faith to introduce Charlotte Green's speech.
Charlotte is speaking from the interpretive reading manual. She will be doing project 1.